If you're wondering what this yellow is from, I feel like indirectly they were involved in that murder. They shouldn't have been allowed to walk away. Something must have got lost in miscommunication, you know what I'm saying? But boy! Today, I dare go where no man has ever dared to go before. And that's the minionverse. Big fan. Big fan right here. Ma'am, thoughts and opinions on the minionverse?
Spectacular. Give me 14 of them right now.
Really?
So, I watched all of the Minion movies. Were they good? They were better than Sonic. I hate Sonic. Don't let this fool you. I really dislike Sonic. He stinks. I've only seen the first Despicable Me, and I'm pretty sure that was not a choice, by force. Now, have I seen any other Despicable Me movies? No. Do I know anything about the Minions? Absolutely not. I'm going into this completely blind. When did Despicable Me come out? 2010? Oh my god, I was 10? This is dating me. This is dating me really bad. Did I watch any of the Despicable Me movies? No. Surely did not have the time. I was going to, and then I realized there were 4 on top of the 2 Minion movies. So we're just watching the 2 Minion movies, and that's Minions and Minions: The Rise of Gru. Here's what I know. They're yellow. They like bananas. 3 of them are named Bob, Kevin, and Stuart. I thought it was Steve. I know they work for Gru. I know they're fun guys. And I know that middle-aged women on Facebook get an absolute kick out of these little freaks. So, knowing that, I feel like these movies are going to be pretty good. I don't feel like I'm going to be let down. But who knows? Anything can happen. Truly anything can happen. Okay, here's the deal. We're using our rating systems of banana. I will let you know what I think of the movie. I'm going to do a way better job of giving a recap of what the movies are about, especially because the new one is coming out. So depending on how these movies hold up, I'll be seeing the new one. So, you know the deal. I can't give a movie review alone. I need you to meet one of my friends. I need you to meet the 4th Minion. When people I work with ask what I do on the weekends, I just have to lie. Like, what? Banana. Papoy. Papoy banana. Bello. Bello banana. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk the Minions. Minions 1 starts with the Minions evolution. Now, this is making sense to me. They evolve, they've been on Earth way longer than humans, and their whole primary focus is to find the evilest boss, be the most evil minion they can be, and honestly, they succeed. I don't know why they're looking for work. The minions are evil. They're dying for a job. You know what this taught me? Work is inherently evil. They need to work. They need a job. And working is evil. And eventually, they've killed one too many people, okay? The minions have been secluded to a cave for years. For dead. Well, they build civilization there, they get bored, and eventually Kevin, our therapist minion, Kevin the therapist, he decides he's going to venture out and find a new evil master. Somebody new to work for, because the minions can't stand unemployment. So unrelatable. But boy, bello. Kevin asked for some volunteers. This is where we get our main trio of minions. Kevin, Bob, who has 2 different color eyes. Is that like rare in the minion community? These also seem to be the first 3 sentient minions, and then they repopulated the other minions. Unclear how. We don't know how. It doesn't matter. Stuart, also, our group musician, our group cool guy, super laid back, super chill guy. Stuart, whatever. He doesn't give a fuck. He decides to go to. Great guy, okay? Our Avengers team has been assembled. Man, I really do look jaundiced. They get to New York after some trial and error and decide that they're going to go to VillainCon. Pretty much, that's where evil's going to be. That's where they need to be if they want to find a new boss. So off to Orlando, because what better place to host evil than Orlando, Florida? So on their way to Orlando, they realize, how are we going to get there? They got to hitchhike. The best evil family, I think, in history picks them up. Now, this is the best written family in cartoon history. They're great people. Great evil people, man. Oh my god, so much personality, so much character on this bunch. And so supportive till the end, mind you. Okay, keep that in mind. Because those are the people that were standing by. Kevin, Bob, and Stuart. After Kevin and Stuart possibly kill a few police officers, it's quite unclear. We arrive at VillainCon in Orlando, Florida. Woohoo! If you're wondering what this yellow is from, Stuart will tell you the answer. There's so much murder in this movie, by the way. I don't know what it is with kids' movies. It was like that in Sonic too, but they just blatantly kill people. Blatantly snap some necks. There's that time travel guy who his entire body collapses. Oh my god. I feel like the minions kind of did that. I feel like indirectly they were involved in that murder. They shouldn't have been allowed to walk away. They're doing a lot. Okay. So because sexism is canon in the minionverse, we meet Scarlet. Scarlet Overkill overcame sexism in the minionverse. She is our queen, diva, supreme, evil leader. Everybody loves her. Everybody wants to be her. The minions have to serve her, nobody else. That's valid. That makes sense. Kevin's got to save the tribe. He's got people at home, people on the island, on the iceberg, and he needs to bring them home. Oh my god, Scarlet Overkill was pregnant with Sandra Bullock's character in Ocean's 11 here. That's true. That's canon. That is unfortunately canon. Pretty much, Scarlet puts on a TED Talk for VillainCon, and she lets everybody know she's looking for help. And she lets them know that if they steal this gem, they get a job. Bob steals the gem. To no one's surprise, I think he's he's our underdog. He's our underdog, truly. So the minions win. Woohoo! Point for the minions. We're employed. So the minions back in the cave have conveniently kind of worked out a deal where they have a new boss, the Yeti. So they're not too upset of the loss of Kevin, Bob, and Stuart. When they get a phone call, it's, yippee hooray. Conveniently, we just killed that guy. We just killed the Yeti. So thank God you've got a boss. We're on our way. Kevin, Bob, Stuart, and Scarlet are on their way to England. They're on their way to England because Scarlet wants the Queen's crown. Obviously. If I'm going to be the Queen of Crime, I need a crown. She's got a husband. Herb. H. Oh my god, he's great. I have no notes on him. That's how every husband should be. That's how every husband should behave. Supportive and silent. The mini migration is just going really bad. That's all we need to know. They're trying to migrate to England. It's going terribly. No. I don't like the opinion that the Minions is kind of putting forth of England. That's jarring to me. And listen, these guys steal the moon. I never doubted them for a second that they couldn't steal that crown. They stole the moon. Like, this is serious business. After some crazy chasing and some long-winded comedy, some great chuckles, Bob stumbles upon the Sorcerer's Stone. That's Harry Potter. Wait, what's it called? It doesn't matter. Bob stumbles across the sword in the stone. Okay, he pulls it out, and by England law, by British tradition, he is now their king. And that is true. That is true. Even now, if you go there and you can unearth that sword, you will be United King. And Queen Elizabeth gracefully stepped down. She let it happen. She respected it. I mean, it's safe to say Scarlet is pissed off. She sent her employees there to get her the crown, and they end up pretty much stealing her dream job. Okay, so not only do you leave me without any minions, but then you go on my dream date. Cute. And I mean, they're good people. They're good people with good heart. Bob changes the law. I mean, he chuckles at the fact that he can't just give Scarlet the crown, so he changes the law. He makes her queen. And how does she thank them? She imprisons them. And she has Herb torture them. Sorry. Glurb. He can't. The way that he tries to torture them is extremely graphic. Like he tries to hang one of them and they just slip out of it. This was for kids in 2015. Am I crazy? It's actually okay though, because Herb and them just kind of have a goof. They just kind of have a kiki about it. They just kind of have a time. All right. This was probably my favorite part of the movie. They had a good time. Herb seems like a good guy. He seems like a good guy despite the torture. I'll let it slide. Just this once. Because he really supports his wife. He really loves his wife. And I can support that. We see the minions escape using the secret tunnel. This is where they acquire a rat friend who is very important for the story later, believe it or not. He's important to me. This time also, they're still trying to apologize to Scarlet. Like, surely this is a misunderstanding. Something must have got lost in miscommunication, you know what I'm saying? But boy, they almost kill her. They drop a chandelier on her. They're bad. It was an accident, and I think we just need to calm down so we can just sit down and talk. Surely we could get this all figured out. Instead of doing that, obviously there's kind of like a mini war situation. Kevin gets really big, giant. His giant bellow. Now that's cinema. He saves the day, of course. Obviously, he saves his friends. He explodes. He swallows a rocket and he takes Scarlet and Herb and he goes up into the atmosphere and he blows up. Everybody blows up in these kids' movies. Everybody gets blown to smithereens. I'm still thinking about him. But this doesn't kill Kevin. It just makes him small. And it doesn't kill Herb and Scarlet either, actually. They're still very much alive. It kind of just stuns everybody, I guess. It allows Queen Elizabeth to retake her throne. So we know that the minions aren't evil in a way. They're kind of good. Anti-hero. At the last minute, we see Scarlet come back just to steal the crown that Queen Elizabeth's wearing. She doesn't get away, though, because introducing young Gru freezes her, steals the crown, and says, "Peace out, losers." And then the intro to the Despicable Me movie plays as the outro. Obviously, the minions have got to go after him. That's the evilest dude in town. Possibly the world. Yeah. That's the end of the first Minions movie. I think that was a way better recap than you just going to watch it. I don't even think you need to watch it. My opinion, my rating, Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 6.7 out of 10. I'm giving it 8 bananas out of 10. It was pretty good. The plot was engaging the entire time. The movie was only an hour and 30 minutes, so I didn't feel like I had to sit through, like, torture. It was quick. It was, we were in and out. I loved it. Right. This is Minions 2, Rise of Gru. I have some opening thoughts on this movie before we even get into the plot. The previous movie, the Minions did the opening. Ba 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 bum ba ba na ba na 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 na. This one they didn't do it. Why? Why'd you take that away from me? Why do you hate art? We open this movie with the Six, the Vicious Six. Is that what they're called? The Villainous Six? Something like that. They're searching for the Zodiac Stone, the Philosopher's Stone. And we're presuming this is only apparently a year later, but it's like the middle of the 70s, I guess. Okay. Gru's 11. That's all that matters. He is with the minions. They're building him an evil lair under his basement. We're understanding the dynamic of the family. We're introduced to a new minion, Otto, extremely round and gentle soul. He's a yapper. I feel like, he's a good guy. He's misunderstood. He's just trying to fit in. Not everybody can be a Kevin or a Bob or a Stuart. Oh my god, not everybody could be a Stuart. Back to the Villainous Six. Some of their characters are insane, but specifically Nunchuck. She's a nun who fights with nunchucks. And she ascends like into the heavens. Dude, this whole character is like, whatever intern wrote that, give them a raise. Give them $1,000,000. Okay? That was the highlight of the movie. Seeing she'll just glide into screen. They call her sister a lot. Come on. We're not appreciating the jokes, the layers. But then there's also Old Man Knuckles. That's just what I call him. I don't know if that's his name. He's the one who steals the Zodiac Stone, but they dog him, kick him out of the aircraft. They say, "You're old. You're washed up. We hate old people. Get out of here." And they banish him to the jungle. Also, there's another character, Jean-Claude. And he's got a giant claw, like a crab claw. Now that is writing. That's writing. The opening is also a banger. I don't know why it's like such an anime-esque opening, but wow. Somebody sat down with the president of that studio and they told him that they wanted to make history because, my god. The whole plot of this movie is, since they kicked out that old guy, they're hiring somebody new. They interview Gru for some reason. I found this immediately strange. Okay, like, I guess, but you know what? He did steal the crown, so maybe that got him some, like, clout in the industry. I get it. Fine. He shows up. They laugh in his face and they say, a kid? A kid can't do crime? Freaking loser. So not only do they hate women, but they also hate children. This is canon. So there's a lot to overcome here. Okay, a lot to overcome. Why are the other minions just okay with Kevin, Bob, and Stuart always being able to do everything? And then Otto is just like, he's new and he just like kind of introduces himself into the main group. Props to him. I'm sure more minions are dying for a chance to be number one, to be in the spotlight. They're in there slaving away. The plot of this movie is Old Knuckles wants revenge. And Gru got rejected from his job. So he steals their Zodiac Stone. He wants it. He steals it. He says, they'll want to hire me now. Well, they actually just resort to wanting to kill him, which I think is kind of great. Like, she literally says, oh, come back when you have something to prove, and then he steals your stone. I think that makes him better than you. But maybe that's why they want him dead. Gru, so they're chasing Gru. They want to kill Gru. Bummer. Old Knuckles sees this whole plot. Okay, he witnesses it, he sees it, he's there for it. We don't know if he's necessarily supportive, but he sees it. Gru and the minions decide to split up. Gru gives the stone to Otto. Otto, in a twist of events, trades that stone for a pet rock at a birthday party. And the pet rock, infinitely cooler, I have to say. Infinitely cooler. And you know what? He was really excited about it. So I think we should all back off. Everybody was a little bit mean to Otto. I think we should back off. Anyways, Gru is pissed. So he decides to leave to go get the stone on his own. But he's kidnapped. Kidnapped by who? We don't know. What we do know is that Kevin's seen this all. And he now knows that they need to rescue Gru. They get a phone call from Old Knuckles saying, bring this stone to San Francisco. San Francisco! Bring the stone to San Francisco and we'll let your mini boss go, okay? No hard feelings. Only problem is, they have no idea where the stone is. Otto's tasked with finding the stone. He gets on a little bike. His job is to chase after this kid's uncle, who this kid gave the necklace to in exchange for when he traded the pet rock to Otto for the necklace. Okay, you're following. Everybody's following. This guy's got it. Otto's chasing him. Boom, that storyline done. The other minions are trying to figure out how to fly to San Francisco. Why fly coach when you could fly in the cockpit? You know what I'm saying? So they learn how to be pilots on the job. They fly successfully for the first time and land a plane. Everybody claps for them. Butt cheeks were out in the first movie. Butt cheeks are out again in this movie. And I'm unsettled. Somebody was paid to animate that in detail. Highlight it, shape it, make it move. Like, that's wrong. They run into Michelle Yeoh, who teaches them Kung Fu. How to release your inner animal. Release the big dog in here. That's what's important. Otto, also by all odds, gets the stone and gets to San Francisco successfully through the power of friendship and motorcycles. Friendship and motorcycles. They're torturing Gru. Ooh, Grandpa Knuckles is torturing Gru, but then everybody quits on him when old Grandma Kung Fu beats their ass. So he frees Gru, and he thinks, you know what, you're kind of a cool kid. I can pass some stuff on to you. This can kind of be like a little duo, little team, little tag team action here, until his house gets fucked up. Yikes. Okay, the fearsome, terrible six come and absolutely tear apart Grandpa Knuckles' house. And I get it, he's irritated, he's pissed, he kicks Gru out. He says, just go home, kid, go home. Gru goes home, but the six get the stone. They become the animals of the zodiac, but so do our three minions. A chicken, a goat, and a bunny. A chicken, a goat, and a bunny. Okay? They're losing pretty bad, but then they unleash the inner animal. And they're winning. Also, Chicken Stewart has a baby chicken who, like, stays a chicken. Like, he stays a chicken once they lose their animal powers. Once they, like, beat the fearsome, terrible six or whatever. They turn them to rats, by the way. I told you that rat was going to be important. Representing rat culture. Hell yeah. Stewart, his chicken baby just remains a chicken for the rest of the movie. Cool. Old Man Knuckles is badly burned. Badly. It's kind of crazy, actually. And then we're at his funeral. Yeah. But it's okay. Lo and behold, he faked his death to get rid of the authorities. Respect. Otto at the end is an absolute vocal powerhouse. That moved me to tears. It's just a good movie. I was emotional, I will say. Okay? It was a great movie. And now for my rating, I will give this one, I'm giving this one 9 bananas. 9 bananas out of 10. It's never been done before, but it's been done here today on this channel. The Minions movie it knows what it is. It's a Minion movie. And I will be there in theaters for Minions and Monsters, and I'm excited. I'm actually enthralled, and I will watch the rest of the Despicable Me series because it just looks very interesting to me. The plot's great, the jokes are great. I chuckle. They're not afraid to kill people violently, and you know what? That's exactly what I wanted in Sonic. A little bit more. A little bit more violence, a little bit more death. And the Minions delivered. What can I say? So I'll leave you with this.
Boca Balaki dodwa Ibaki de Buka Oh Bobby Calobidaro Baji Boladi.
Anyways, I'll leave it at that. So yeah, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. And bello. Banana! Baboy!